name's Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. And we're running a little test to see if the power supply and all this is going to run on this computer. I'm watching my cat. My cat is literally a walking static electricity nightmare right now. So I'm making sure he stays where he's at, doesn't rub up against me or anything, and trigger some bad stuff. But anyway, hey, don't touch that. Seriously? Everything and anything in your path has to be your play toy? Don't mess with that. Literally, leave stuff alone. Got all these toys in here, man. So I bought all these toys for you to keep you occupied. You're a static. I love you. You are. But you're literally a static nightmare for a computer. You are. All right, so this is what we're doing right now. So I got to thinking that before I even start this paint job or anything on this, that I want to make sure that this thing is not going to have any problems, any issues, any complications at all. This is one of the first things you want to do when you're building a PC. Do not go all in and dropping this and dropping that in there, because you want to make sure the first thing it does, it cuts on. Because I've seen people build machines, I've done it myself, put our entire machine together and it won't cut on. To make sure this thing cuts on. So the power supply outputs for the motherboard are a little different than your everyday motherboard. This is a Dell. I'm watching Mr. Static Electricity over there, my cat. So it has this kind of remember these PCs were like already built, so it isn't like you're getting a raw motherboard. So they're already from the door has this kind of like wall system around it, where you have to try to figure out exactly which one of those pins down there are going to connect to the power supply and run the system, so it runs. You get the wrong pin, you put this whole thing together, you go to hit your switches, and it doesn't cut on, and that's because you got your pins in the wrong sockets. So I thought at first, because I would have been way off if I hit those. So the power switches are in the middle. So there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins in there. One pin is actually missing. So that has to be for these little doohickeys right here. These are for our LED. Right, they're not for our LED. These is going to be for our hard drive indicators. And this one over here, of course, this is for the 6V. That's for power supplies. There's also running the power supply for right here. We removed this one out. This is I gotta go because it stripped that out. Make sure all this is running. And one of these is the off reset. So that has to be the last one. On the far end is the reset. The power is actually in the middle. Woo! I love working on it. So I got him going into his little home. What are you doing in there? What are you doing? What are you doing in there? What are you doing? So yeah, it's pretty interesting. So the lighting system for this system is RGB. I think it's an RBG or something, RBG lighting system. So our motherboard is a little old. Oh, I forgot, we don't even have whatchamacallits. Where are the we didn't run any of those to go online. Where are my where the freak is the whatchamacall? Here it is. This is the online for make this thing go online. It has RBG, something RBG light system, so I have to order the adapters for that because I don't have any of those in the actual board, because the board is basically a little older. So it'll run an i7 with no problem, and I can put the tera drive space on it. I can put a 3070 on it with no problem. It's just that the board doesn't have any of the switches to run the RBG fans, so I had to buy all the adapters for those. So no problem, easy to do. Running my stuff right now. The reason why I'm running all this, because it's the first thing you should do before you put your machine together. Basically, make sure it turns on, because I've seen people do this and go, oh shoot, didn't do it right. Yeah, make sure you know where those pins go. So now I know where that power pin goes. The rest of it pretty much is pretty easy. So this thing has an RGB, RGB. You're going to remember what that thing says at the end of the day. I got it mixed up. But anyway, I found all the adapters to get it hooked up so we can run all our fans and everything. And I did that myself. I put together this entire PC, modded it, everything, and it didn't cut on. I was like, oh crap. Had to go in and move stuff out of the way, take it apart, and I literally had the pins in the wrong outputs, and that's why it didn't come on. So when I was looking at this, I was thinking that, oh shoot, it's got this kind of wall like around it. I'm thinking, man, either we're going to have to cut this thing around, or I'm going to have to go out and spend the money for a whole new board, which I didn't want to do. So it fit in there. Just got to figure out which pins it went in. So there it goes, running right there. We start painting stuff. So I'm pretty much sure this is plug and play. It says Windows 10 on this system. Probably update to Windows 7 later on. This is the madness that goes in it before we get to the final stage of construction. That's the part I love. Buried in computer parts. What a way to live, man. That's the life for me, man. Screen paint and computers. I freaking love it. Okay, gotta get this doohickey open because we want our game system to be completely wireless. So yeah, I had to learn about the RPG, or what it's called, RPG system, the light system. The plugs are a little different. You have 3 prongs in them. I'm used to Molexes. That's what I'm used to using. I don't use the 4 pins. I use the Molex instead. But these are a little bit different because they have this light system display that goes off. So we had to order the connectors for that, because usually they plug into the motherboard, but we can't plug them into the motherboard because the motherboard doesn't even have them in there. It's an older board. So there's a way around it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. So basically hooking this up. Oh, we got a disc with this? Really? They're still using these things? I'm gonna plug in this thing and see if it just works without the driver. Do we really need these drivers? I just disconnected my freaking optical drive. Like, do we really need that? Because if that's the case, I'll just stick it in this one down here. This one down here will automatically run with the disc. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna swap them out because this one will run the disc. Do we have a plug in and play option on this? Can we just plug this in and just run it? Let me see. USB 10 times faster. Plug it in. Boot system. Blah 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 blah. Let me see. Oh, if it came with a driver, then I guess we're using a driver. Don't want to use a driver. Let me see. USB 2.0. It's a 2.0. Why are we 3.0? Okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to plug this one in the one down there because that already has the optical drive attached to it. I'm keeping it on there. And I'm going to go get the one out of the back of that and use that one instead. Taco's toys. That's why my stuff gets disconnected, because Taco always hitting so much stuff. So this one has the optical drive still on it. So we'll use this one, newer one. And we'll use this one because this one's already set up. This is a plug and play unit, so no software required. But that one does require it. So we can plug that into the other one. Look at this. Isn't it beautiful? It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my entire life. A desk covered in computer parts everywhere. It's every freaking programmer and people who build computers. It's beautiful. It's heaven. I love it. I think I'm gonna cry. You know how long I've missed working on my computers? You know, I've missed it so much. This used to be my life before screen paint. Huge, massive desks, magnifying glass, had an art section where I can build all my props and everything I wanted to design. And all these computer parts, had cabinets and stuff filled with motherboards and all this cool stuff, man. This is what my life used to be before I got into screen paints. Hey, over there, please. He's a magnetic walking, he's a static machine right now, an instant static machine. That's why I got him over there, because he's an instant static machine. You hit something, that's it. Love him to death, but I can't ground you, little boy. I can't ground you. Can't be grounded. You need to be grounded. Do we unplug anything involving USB? Just we have to connect it. Boom, boom, boom. See, plug it and play. We are in, baby. We are in. Try to keep this monster over there at bay. Man, I was so freaking nervous when I put together my first. When I bought the i7, I bought it when they first came out. I paid $800 for that chip. For that little chip, $800. I got it when it first came out. Man, I was so terrified about static electricity because I literally took out a PC one time with static. A little spark went off on the motherboard. Things shut off and that was it. Didn't work again after that. I was so terrified at it, I literally put together that PC naked. I was butt naked when I put that thing together. I didn't want any static electricity. That PC cost me a ton of money to put that thing together. It was not cheap. But when I showed the punk system, I got everything brand new. Man, we are online. We're online. Soon it will be alive. This will be the most powerful retro system. Well, I'm pretty sure people have built better than ones in this one, but still, it'd be a very powerful retro system. This is all done for retro games. We can play hardcore games if we want. We can play the big board games with no problem, but it's all designed for retro. Look at it. Power system's running. Everything's running. It's running. So now, what we do is, since we know where the power connects to, we're already done with that. We just put everything up, pack it down, paint everything, get it ready. I know where all the switches go. I'm good. Everything's running. CPU's running. Everything's running over here. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. We take this one. I'm going to take this one and put it for this one because it runs. And this one has a driver because I'm not going to use the driver for this one. I disconnected. We don't want it. Besides, where am I going to put it in the case? There's no bay for a drive, for optical drive. It's not even needed. And the hard drive, I'm going to definitely take the hard drive out of this case, of course, and we're going to put it in an enclosed case with a fan cooling system and an LED display that tells how cool that baby is getting inside. Are we going to freeze you the daylight inside this baby? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And I realized something, that instead of having a Molex adapter for powering the lights, it's using SATA. That's what it's using. Which you should have plugged up so you can see what it looks like. So pretty easy to do. So basically, the Dell has everything needed to do this with the more latest and more up-to-date parts. So it has everything to do it. Let's go put on some little games in the background. We at the store. Here we are at the store. And I was wondering why it was so laggy. It was dragging a little bit because it only has about 4 gigs of memory in it. That's it. I'm going to update it to 32. So that's good. But as I'm running all the RGB lights, or whatever they call those, and I got to get the name of what I call them. I just got finished saying a few minutes ago, they take special adapters, and the board doesn't have them. But no problem. Because I would use the Molex, which they don't use really Molexes anymore. This is what they're using now. So we're going to update the order machine. Oh, yes. So it begins. So, yeah, that's what we figured out right down there in that little nook and cranny right there. There's 6 pins in there. So the pins in the middle are basically for power. The one on the far end is the reset, and the other one is for the LED. Now, running for LED lights for the power, you know that the hard drive's clicking, like we have over here. It should be showing the hard drive clicking over here. But anyway, so right over here, if we move this to the side, oh, goodness gracious, can't move it to the side really. So I don't know if you can see it or not, because we had to put the graphic card back in. And I don't want to really cover the graphic card up, but right down in there, that is where the USBs connect to. So the USBs from here connect right down over in there. I don't know if you can see it right there. That is the same connector we have here for the USBs that run on top of here. So very easy to hook up. The only thing that was different from this is that it didn't have the special adapters or different outputs for this particular lights. But since there's an adapter unit for it, we can hook everything up. And we're done from there. So once the CPU gets here, because that's what we're waiting for the i7 to get here, because that's an i5, we can all switch it all out. Now that graphic card in there is basically a GTX 1050. I was going to upgrade it to a 1650, but then after digging around a little bit and found out what the PCI slot that's in there, basically the Express for PCI Express in there for the graphic card, I found out we can go up to a 3070 or a 3090 in this thing at the end of the day. And then doing a little more digging around, I figured out we can get rid of the i5 and put in an i7. So why not? So when we get done with it, we'll have a 3080, which I'm thinking about going to 3080. Might as well get the 3080 in it. The power supply is good at 500, so we still have enough. So if we want, we can always swap it out for another one, but still the 500 watt power supply is good enough. We're going to do 32 gigs of RAM, and I already have 2 terabytes of hard drive space right there. We got 2 terabytes or 2 terabytes of hard drive space on the stick, but I'm going to stick in a 20 just for fun, for backup. I was going to put, and then we're going to put it in this monster case right here. Put the liquid cooling system, bam, right down in there, and then yeah, then we have power. It's been pretty cool. Pretty interesting to put the whole thing together. Man, I miss this part of my life. I tell you, I used to do this all the time. I literally had, before I even got in, for anyone ever knew me, and I was doing nothing but PC parts, this is what I did. A whole desk wrapped around me and nothing but parts. I had walls and walls full of graphic cards and everything. I used to build and design PCs. I miss that life. But I had all monitors. Now it's different because I can make my own monitors. Oh, they hate that when I talk about the screen paint. I noticed that too. I'll talk about other stuff, and then after I talk about screen paint, they get bitter. They don't get bitter about it. Don't get bitter. Do not get bitter. All this is being designed for the Apex Gamer. Yep. I was looking at that. Let me see that for a minute. I missed the old days we had. You had to build your own motherboards. Everything was soldering. I soldered everything. It's the fun part where you get to build your. That's one of the things that blew me mind about building PCs. You literally build your own gaming system. That's literally what you're doing. You're building your own gaming system. And, you know, not to put consoles down, because like I said, I still like consoles, but with the PC, you can just change whatever you want. That's what I love about it. It's the power to be able to change whatever you want. You know, when a console system gets that way, when you can go in and change your power supply, your RAM and all that, you don't have a console anymore. You have a PC. That's literally what you have. And that's when the console will become full circle. It obsoletes itself. So you no longer can't call it a console. You're going to call it a PC. And then you'll be a part of the PC master race. That's what's going to happen. But you're getting there. You're getting there. The parts they put in these console systems, you're getting there. Once you see one of them pop up a liquid cooling system, it happens. So it's beginning. You finally have hit full circle. Welcome to the dark side. That's where you're going to be at. Look, you already got downloadable content. They gave you 16 gigs of RAM on the PS5. Xbox has a 2 in there. You got computer parts in there. You're literally leaning toward a PC. And that means when that gets to a point, already third-party software companies are already taking. It used to be that it could come on console and then PC would just get it later on. We get it at the same time you get it now. But the one thing I like about PC is there are a lot of games on here that will never port to console. But sooner or later, you'll be hooked up to a Steam account. And next thing you know, you'll have the same thing on Steam, which means, welcome to the world of PCs. Now, the sad thing about it, because after that while, you'll be able to go in and manipulate anything you want. You can pull out and manipulate anything you want. You know, you can change your RAM, But the sad thing about it is, you know, console's going to keep it dirty. You know, at the end of the day, you're going to say, well, guess what? You can swap out, but only for our parts only. And their parts are going to cost you a lot of money. You know what's going to happen because that's what they do. Oh, you want to get new RAM? Well, you got to have special RAM. Our RAM only is going to cost you like all this money. Like, are you kidding me? You might as well swap over to the PC. Now, the biggest argument in console was we had the exclusives. You don't have a lot of exclusives anymore. But you don't. I'm trying to think right now. Once we rebuild the PS5, what is literally going to be on the PS5 that I want to play on? GTA 6. I'm going to build in a PC with an i5 processor and a graphic card. Hopefully, if we get it, If they have it out by then, with the 5090, you know what 5090 looks like? Yeah. So what would you play it on at the end of the day? If you had a high power built PC setup with all the most beautiful parts you can think of, you're gonna bring your console, your PC, and you really can't say that you have a community anymore, because there's really not, no, people don't talk. They really don't talk on console systems, all that. I don't know what's up with that. And you may have a little family you game with every day, a group of friends, but it used to be people talking all the time. If you did the Xbox 360, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can walk into any room, be somebody in there arguing, chatting, laughing, whatever. There's always a party popping off on the 360. Now you go in the game system, you can hear a pin drop in the room. Nobody uses communications really all that. When I met so many people on the 360, always bumping into weirdos, crazy, psychopaths, normals. We went to all kinds of people, man. You learn about people's lives, what they do for a living, all kinds of stuff. We had a guy, and they had the voice changer. The voice changer was on the Xbox, and the voice changer on Xbox Live. Remember the voice changer? This guy in there used to come in there. He used to sing at Las Vegas. He's a professional singer. And he used to put the Donald Duck voice on. He used to sing Elvis songs. That's the kind of fun you would have up late at night, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, laughing with a bunch of friends. At one point, even when you played Call of Duty, even with a good bunch of friends, you stopped killing each other, and y'all just sit around and just laughing. I miss those days, man. I miss those days on Burnout Paradise. It'd be tons of us in there driving all over these huge, massive maps. And every once in a while, we all stop crashing into each other. We just sit out there and just chill, watch the sunset, and just have these conversations. People talk about their lives. You get to know people, get to become friends with people. That's what gaming used to be about. That's what I liked about it. And after that, never was the same. Missed that. I remember at this guy used to game with an Xbox 360 and Grand Theft Auto. We got the idea of getting in a chopper and going all the way top to the Empire State Building and jumping off to see if we could land it on top of this building. Took a couple of tries, but we landed it. So all of us were sitting up there watching the sunset in a game on the top of the Empire State Building in New York City on GTA. Man, those are good game memories right there at the end of the day. It ain't the same anymore. I miss the Xbox 360, I really do. Yeah, it was a nightmare of a system. It burnt out all the time, it did. But man, it had a good fan base, an extremely heavy fan base. It was fantastic. I met a lot of cool people in that system. I haven't found anything ever since then. PC's good and all. I love gaming on PC, but PC mostly for us, for me, at the end of the day, is clans. People, group of clans I play with from time to time. That's basically about it. And not a lot of people talk. As you know, people. I got people that I know that I do zombie games with constantly. So I know them at the end of the day. But not meeting new people every day. And it's fun because you get to burn new people. Oh man, I burned so many people in freaking Left 4 Dead. It's not even funny how many people I burned in Left 4 Dead. Oh my goodness, man. That was the game to burn people. If you was going to burn people, Left 4 Dead was the game to burn people. Because you knew all the tricks. I knew all the glitches in that game. I knew how to ghost the zombies. How to never get caught by these suckers. I had to learn how to ghost them. And then get to the safe room. I know it's jacked up, but everybody did it. Get to the safe room from everybody else and use all the freaking health. I know, I was that jerk at the end of the day. I was one of those. And people come in, they be ticked off. I remember one time, man, I don't know where this kid came from. It was a little kid. He had this tiny little voice. It was actually a little kid playing the game. And everybody in the room just stopped and was like, oh, shoot, there's a freaking kid in here. Nobody cursed. Everybody's respectful like that. Nobody cursed. We got a kid in the room. Nobody cursed. No one said any curse words, nothing. And then it felt so kind of, what's the word for it? It felt like we had to protect him in the game. So nobody let any of the zombies get to him. It was the funniest day we ever had in our entire life. It was like protecting somebody, you know what I mean, like your own child at the end of the day. It was just funny as on the what, but I remember that he never got hit by one zombie in that game. I think that's the best I've ever shot in the game. because you know you're protecting somebody in the game. But we had so much fun in that game, boy. We had so much fun. Oh man, I miss Left 4 Dead. That was a good game. I remember if you spawned in the game at the wrong time, especially if you spawned in the game when they're doing the finale, and you come in and there's nothing. We had this one kid that spawned in. All you heard in the back like, "I got no guns. All I got is pills." You got to made it to the riverboat on time. Yeah, somebody had to go back and get him because he fell right there at the door, and somebody came out of the boat that went back to bring him back in. So we all came out of the boat to give cover fire, suppressive fire to the other person to get them out. Oh man, I miss those games. Everybody talks in World War Z. I freaking love World War Z. Well, I gotta get. Oh, I do have a zombie game on here. I got that Dying Light. Ooh, yeah, I can't wait to play that. I ain't gonna play it on that. Okay, let me see. I need a roller controller for this. But it's running, as you can see. And the reason why you hear me chatting like this and like, yeah, because I'm sitting there testing right now as we're having this conversation. Because I'm waiting for that thing to pop off and just basically burn itself out. But it's not. It's running perfectly. No shorts, no overloads, nothing at all. Now, if your fan is kicking, like it's starting and stopping, it's starting and stopping, it's starting and stopping, you're having a power issue. But it's running. I first plugged in, I forgot I disconnected the hard drive, so I had to put the hard drive back on. Then there was no video card, so I had to plug the video card back in. Yep, everything's running. Let me see something for a minute. Let me go over to my library. Went in and optimized the hard drive to get it nice and beefy. Let me see what we got here. Expand this. Oh, we got the Dying Light edition. Let me see. Beatdown Brawler. I like that game. You can only use this was a good game too. We can only use which one with that. I be buying games and really don't remember buying games. Just how much stuff I buy. I literally haven't. What the heck was this? Well, apparently I bought it. I don't feel like installing it right now because I got to take this thing apart in a few minutes. But we'll figure it out later on. Oh, we got the Pac-Man Championship. We ain't got no joysticks, nothing hooked up. Pac-Man Championship. Damn it. We can't do it with one hand. That's not going to work. We don't have a stand right now. Oh, I love this game. I only got a chance to play a little bit of it. Destroy an entire city. I look for games like this. Every time I play Slim City, I'm thinking like I want to destroy the entire city. How much I beg to put on a rubber Godzilla suit and smash it all down. This game lets you do it. Literally lets you wreck an entire city. And not that nonsense where you get this little bubble around you where you can't go outside this area and wreck stuff. You're only stuck to that one area and you can wreck the entire city. I don't know who thought of this, but thank you so much because I've been dying for a really good wrecker where you can actually destroy everything. I mean, literally everything. Boats, everything, the whole nine. You pick up planes and throw them into stuff. I love that kind of stuff. They actually did it. Let me go over here. Let me check out this video and this thing. Bum, 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 bum. All right, so yeah, it's running quite nicely. At least I know where the pins are at. So now we can color this thing, and I can color it on camera because this is going to take some time. I put in some classical music and well, I got to print up labels first. Can't really play with this yet. I've got labels to print up for my customers. What are you doing in the books? What are you doing in the books? It's time to go. How long have we been here? 7:34. I guess I can leave out at 9 o'clock. Okay, I'm ready to go. Like I'm gonna go to a freak home in this bag already. I hope you're not tearing that up, because you know that wasn't a cheap bag to get at the end of the day. So don't sit over there and wreck it, please. You want to fall out the bottom of that? Really? I'd appreciate that. You don't tear it up. Just got it. Yeah, he ready to go home. Anyway, I'll come back in and I guess I'll put all this stuff away and then we'll come back in tomorrow and start the paint job on it so I can get all that stuff documented, get that done. Wait, what's tomorrow? We'll have to be in early to do the paint job because later on I got the slides coming in. I got to get everybody taken care of and get them all shipped out and get them done, which means I have to go down to the other unit because we don't make paint in here at all, period. We go to the other unit. That's what I got it for. But unfortunately, we don't bring cameras in there. Look at the size of this giant budget. Make paint in here. Wreck my office for. I'm in here building my computer because I need this thing for work. Man. And we have to make our paint. So everything we make in here is glow in the dark paints, and that's basically about it. So I gotta take care of finishing the workplaces, get them all assembled, tables, racks, chairs, lighting, and all that. Get my racks in there for my projectors. Around November, oh shoot, I'm supposed to do something, man. I gotta contact these people and give them my information. Where the fuck is my other phone? All right, 8 o'clock, I'll send that over. I should be done with all this by then. Yeah. All right, Kirby, pack this down, get all this stuff put back together, and then print out the labels so you have them when you come in. So it's running perfectly, everything's running Gucci fine. This one. Yeah, and figure out where them kill switches are at. Mine, this is a Dell. And kill switches are a little different on this thing than a regular motherboard. But it works. You can do it. You can hook it into a Dell. Usually, if you're working any motherboard, you're not going to have that kind of like cage kind of wall around it. Those are only designed for the Dell. These are the Dell kill switches right here. That's what they look like. All in one. So it's just made to plug everything in and have it connect. So you got to figure out exactly when you have for your PC, you're going to have little plugs that look like this. Which one of these plugs right here go into that to turn that thing on or off? Boom. There we go. We are done. Now, once we get everything hooked up, we get a little indicator light pop up. We're going to use our USBs and sound and all that good stuff. And over here, we got the light system that lights up through this bad boy right here. All that'll light up. We got the RBG fans coming in, all the adapters, and we have to run anything to the board, and we can run all the power right through these units right here. With no problem whatsoever. They run by SATA cables, SATA units anyway. SATA, let me see right here. SATA. Ooh, don't you dare go anywhere. Where you at? Be nice. Oh, wrong cables. Where are you anyway? Oh. That's Molex. That's out of there. Yeah, there you go. Can't figure out, like, where the frick are they at? They're supposed to be in here. They're right there. All right. And then we got a cable management, which I freaking love to do. So all this is going to be on a whole cable system. Or I can hide it in the Mario pipes. I'm going to put a whole piping system for Mario Brothers right through here. So we can hide us up in the piping system. Get a nice big pipe coming across and hide all that in the pipes. Now where the power system's going to be at, it's going to be down here. So we're going to do a whole display for the power system. We're going to have a little strobe system, like we're having a little electrical problem down there. And we're going to have some of the ghosts moving back and forth. And they're using Mario Brothers for the Haunted Mansion. Put little action figures back there. They use a flashlight system to get rid of those things. I think they did. All right. So we're all hooked up here. This is all done. So what we're going to do is, all right, we forgot power is running through here. So we had, I'm going to plug power back there. We're going to plug power back there. SATA cables. So transfer cables. And transfer the motherboard. It's for the power supply for our, come on, get out of there, be nice. There we go. That's going. Right here. 60 power. Right there. Now, just to let you know that, there's a little heat coming off of that. That when you're changing out your CPU, make sure your system is nice and cold. We're not basically changing our CPU because we can't, because it's missing. We're not missing, we just don't have it yet. It don't come here to the 10th. It's got a little meshy going on up there. And that's right there is for my monitor. Probably people are sitting there talking about, he doesn't know what he's doing. We know we got the trolls always ranting about something. He doesn't know what he's doing. Go look at my channel on the Digital Crystal Screen Paint. Put in custom PVC belts and see what I do. Guaranteed to be nothing you've ever seen before. Micro ATX board. So this is, let me see. Can't do this in one hit. Can we do this in here? That doesn't take any power at all, period. But if it did, we got that. I know the 90 is going to take a power supply, so we have power supply for that. And run it off of this, believe it or not. I do like that Xbox build that guy did. That was freaking fascinating. That was fascinating. That was like an incredible build. That's what I like about the end of the day. Builds that take time, that take a lot of effort to do. That's what I like. Something's going to take time to do, you know? Something's going to be fast. That's when we do a nice custom paint job for this. Now, there you go. You see that right there? See that right there? That's for your USB right there. Right there. Right there. Now we're going to use this right here with the activator, paint everything in here, and when the lights come on, oh, it's going to glow. It's going to glow. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. You know, I can basically build a PC at a snow globe. Heck, a giant, make these giant, well, actually, they make these big windows. They use them for dogs. So when a dog likes to stick his head out and see what's going on, they put these bubble light windows in there where the dog can stick his head out and see stuff that's moving around. So if you put two of those together and you sand them down just nicely and epoxy them together, you can have a nice little snow globe. We can actually build a PC in there with a stand. I'll build one day and show you how to put it together. And it'll even snow in there too. Yes, it will. Sorry, I'm not being sarcastic. That's just how I am. I like to talk like that. Some people think I'm being sarcastic. I'm not being sarcastic. It's just how I am at the end of the day. It's like having fun at the end of the day. Don't take it personally. This is, okay, this is the power right there. So that's the power. So we know the power, when it connects in, it's not the one prong here. It's actually the two in the middle. So we already know that. Let's get that out of there. See? Gotta experiment, people. Gotta experiment. Voila. And this whole board, you can get these boards for like $100. These boards are fantastic. These are fantastic boards for building your PCs on. If you want to basically, you know, do something quick and fast, this is what this is fantastic for. Or if you just want to go bare bones, just buy your motherboard, your RAM, your CPU, and all your other good stuff, and just put it all together and make it complete. That's all you have to do. And here's a funky scratch. You ever watch Beat Street? It's right there. It's that meaty plug right there. Yes, the meaty plug. The meaty plug. And look at the power supply we have here. 240 watts. 240 watts. 4 gigs of RAM. Yes. Just makes you wanna, chicken so good, make you wanna snap your mouth. Okay, people. I thank you for coming in to join our little adventure here on the PC world. When you get done, this thing is going to look absolutely gorgeous. 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 The paint job we're going to put in here is going to be absolutely beautiful. With the Amazon, I ordered all my little action figures. We're going to have a whole lot of stuff going on inside this case. Oh, it's going to be amazing. Tell me about it. I was just thinking about it a few minutes ago. Can I activate the lights from here? This thing has an infinity window attached to it. So it makes it look like the case is going deeper than what it is. I was thinking about that the same thing too, Mr. Taco. Mr. Taco can read my mind. That's what I was thinking about. He just said, he said he's going to do this. I don't even know. I think I'm going to just wait and hook everything up. I got you 100%, my friend. I understand. Hey, Taco, do you understand what I'm saying? You ready to go home? I keep going over to his bag. Look at him. We're going home? We're going home in a few minutes, man. I'm about to pack everything down. I was blessed that when I went looking for my little home front, my little tiny home, I always meet the very nicest people. I got my setup for $700 a month. That's what I paid for my little home. $700. It ain't a big place. It's small. It's me and a cat living there. And the person who rents the place to me, and usually most people I rent from, they just disappear and come back like every month, or I'm just paying through PayPal or whatever, and that's it. And they give me free roam all the time. So I got my nice little home front, and that's why I don't like to show people what I make. But the reason why is because, you know, come on, I've rented all houses. You think at the end of the day, I have to live in a garage. I was going to convert the garage. I have the money and skill to convert the garage if I wanted to. I'm like these jokers where this guy basically did something where he hung up some freaking fake brick in the back. At the end of the day, man, I could have stripped that whole wall down, exposed the brick and everything, did the whole insulation and all, sealed all that down. You have real exposed brick sticking through, not some freaking fake 4x8 piece of wood sticking on your wall, trying to make it like fake brick. No, do it for real. You can't do that because, you know, you don't own the property. And chances are it's not even real brick behind. It's all drywall. Chances are. You probably have to get the side with the firewalls. Have to do that anyway. Anyway, so long story short, if I want a place, I can get a place. Ain't a problem. You see what I make? I can make $1,300. I can make $1,000 in a couple of minutes. Maybe I have that money in my sleep. So I make money at the end of the day. If I want to get a place, I go rent a place. That's it. And expenses, just me, him, and that's it. So I just go out and I saw this place that I like. Nice little home front. I call it the home front. Got 2 little old people live next to me. I never see them. They come out once in a while. They got beautiful gardens out front. I'm never home most of the time because I'm working all the time. Go there, sleep, get a couple hours, come back in and go to work. You can't basically, at the end of the day, it depends on what you want and how you want it at the end of the day. You want a business, you want it to grow, you're going to have to put the time in. And sleep is one of the things you will not be able to enjoy. I don't sleep much because I'm hyperactive and I have a bit of insomniac that triggers off of my systems. I don't sleep much. I'm always hyper all the time. So I go home, I crash, I get up, shower, clean up, come over here, do what I got to do at work. But for these idiots got mad, took it to extreme, they're saying, oh, we decided to live in the garage. Let me explain something to you. You living in the garage is different because you don't have my skill level of building. I was going to go in there and spend about a good roughly $6,000 in there redoing the entire place, which I did all the insulation already because that's the first thing I had to start with. I was in the process of raising the floor so it levels off, putting in a pipe system, pumping system, the whole 9 yards. And I know people who work downtown in zoning and all that stuff, and I got proper permission, I would have been able to have to go ahead on that place. As a matter of fact, the only thing they were asking for to do a full renovation, which I had to do some kind of paperwork, was $1,500. And I can make that easy with no problem. So I come down there with $1,500. Here you go, and get that permission slip from the owner, and I can go to work on that place with no problem. But there were other issues besides the place itself because I was having problems with the owner because he was doing some things I didn't like. At the end of the day, and I parted ways. I don't have time at the end of the day. If you're going to do business, you do business. If you're not going to do business, then I don't waste my time around you. I'm only around people who want to do business at the end of the day. That's who I do business with. What are you messing with? Don't touch that. So, yeah, I could have converted that whole entire place the way that I want it because, again, I had to know how to do it and the money to do it. So since I couldn't get my way there, I went and got myself a nice little home front, something I can rent for around $700-800 a month. And now I don't have the utilities because it's about somewhere around, I say roughly about 700-800 square feet. It's not really big, but it's nice and cozy and it's what I like and it's what I wanted. I went there with my Delta ecosystem. I went there and got full permission. I went down to zoning and I paid the $270 for the drywall permit to go in and put the drywall that I wanted to put in there because I had to take all the old one out to put in the insulation system because I like how the place stays nice and cool and I use the garage for work. So I left the garage and said I was going to get an office. Here I am in my office. I don't have time to be sitting in front of a camera faking and talking some trash and they're like, oh, I moved. Got boxes in the next room. I can't show you. That is crap at the end of the day. Everybody shows you where they move at. Apparently we can't because we got weirdos, which I showed you already from the door. We got weirdos that were sending postcards to other people at the end of the day with my face all over it, carrying on and acting up. Can't wait to see you in court for that. I really can't. But anyway, so that's why we can't even show the homes anymore. But all the other places, yeah, we showed you. Exactly. Where we moved, where we went to, where we're setting up, how we're blessed and got these new homes and stuff. But try to make it sound like I don't make any money. Like I said at the end of the day, I make a lot more, and I'm trying to brag. I do apologize if anybody takes this the wrong way, but I make a lot more than they do, a whole lot more. And now my technology is about to hit these major platforms. We're talking about easy. I can make $100,000 within a day's time with no problem. Ad tech, all the technology developed for technology, ceiling technology, projector mapping technology. We got freaking Quasar that covers just about everything you think of. Outsource or projection screens. Do you have any idea how much technology we engineer? There you go. So real easy to be to get government contracts for just about anything you want. Heck, I can even design technology that can make stuff camouflage and disappear. So with that being said, yeah, I got big plans that I told you when I sat in that garage. I said when I hit that level, when I hit here, I'm going to be able to basically get my business cards, which I have over there. I'm going to be in advance of my company. I'm going to network and meeting people, which I'm doing right now. And people have been watching my technology, and they've been coming back and saying, hey, look, you did this and that and that. I would like to be a part of this. I'd like to be a part of that. A lot of people. Matter of fact, I'm talking to somebody on Facebook that's in the movie business. So, yeah. I think they're like kind of jealous because they're like saying, oh, we want to see, what do you want to see my place for? Why are you so weird at the end of the day? You already proved that you're a stalker and a very creepy individual. Why do you want to keep seeing my places at the end of the day? Let me explain something to you. I have the money to move if I want to move. And I just got a nice place. And I got the money to rent other places. And I got the money to buy toys if I want to go buy toys at the end of the day. I can go on vacation if I choose to. I have options. I'm not trying to be rude to anybody. Nobody think I'm being disrespectful and all, but I don't have kids or anything. It's just me and my cat at the end of the day. If I make $3 grand a night, which I probably will end up making $3 grand a night because the Halloween screens have been selling like crazy. Where does it go at the end of the day? There you go. Ugh. And ad tech's going to make more money than I know how to spend. But I already got plans for what I'm doing because I already looking at real estate right now. I'm hunting down real estate, buildings and stuff like that I can convert into other things to help other people out. And with me doing a lot of work with the city, this allows me to get through a ton of red tape that I need to be able to get some of my projects off the ground. Because my technology will already be embedded down here. There's a bit of a few people that I see that are homeless and they need help at the end of the day. And I want to make it so that they have, I know there's resources down here for them to go to, but I think there should be better resources. There should be much, much better resources. There's an area a little farther down. When I cross over the bridge and I go farther down, it's a place that does wholesale sweatshirts, hoodies, gloves, all that stuff. I want to go in there and start investing my money and buying a lot of that stuff so I can transfer that over to the Salvation Army unit so down here so they can have some nice decent clothes or something warm to put on this winter. The homeless shelters. If you're homeless and you're outside in the cold and you got a pet, they won't accept you if you got a pet. I want to make a unit where they do accept you if you have a pet. You can bring your pet indoor. People will go out there and they will freeze in the cold. They will not bring their dog. They will not sit there and let their dog loose or let their dog go. Because that place wants you to just surrender your pet to SPCA. Either you come in here or your dog can basically go to the SPCA and you can come in here. I'm like, no, I wouldn't. You're loyal to the animals. I'm not going out there and giving you up my animal at the end of the day. So I want a unit at the end of the day that I'm going to pay for that will allow the homeless to come in with their pets. How hard can that be? You know how much relief you would bring to a person at the end of the day that they can bring their little loved one in with them? See, that's the kind of stuff I want to do with my money. I'm not worrying about no fancy cars and big homes and all that stuff. I don't want none of that stuff. I'm spending my money to help other people out. So the Lord knows what I want. And the Lord's going to bless me with everything that I need. He's going to make me a multi-millionaire. And I'm going to take all that money and everything that we have, and I'm going to put that to help other people out. So you naysayers, you can try all you want. You can't take me down at the end of the day. My God will take you down with no problem whatsoever. He'll deal with you at the end of the day. But you ain't doing anything over here. So I got big plans. Once I settle in and I nail those major contracts, I'm pushing my money into where it needs to go to help other people out. So I got big plans. Most people get into this because they want to make all this money, because they want to show up they got fancy cars and blah, 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 and all this stuff. I could not care less about that stuff. What I care about is basically getting somebody off the street, getting them into a nice drug program, getting them cleaned up, getting them back into a nice job that they can work and get them nice little home and make things affordable for them so they can afford to pay for these things. Not get rich myself to the point where I can spend money on all these lavish things because I want to show off what they call drip online. I don't care about that. I care about feeding the man the next day so he has something to eat, so kids are not running around hungry with nothing in their stomachs, so people have a place to go at the end of the day and have affordable rent. Because you really don't have to charge that much for rent. I could never understand what the first and second with security deposits for. If you got your own team that's designed to fix the places as they get wrecked or whatever happens to them, well, you don't need a security deposit. Some people can't even afford the security deposit. They don't have it. I'm blessed to get my own apartment complex. My place is going to be beautiful. It's going to be $600 a month. I don't want a first and second. We don't need that. The first month's rent, that's all you need to get in. For the month of December, you don't pay anything. The reason why? Because how hard is it for people to pay rent in December? Come on, you got all these bills coming up. You got to pay for Christmas gifts and all that stuff. It's a freaking headache. I don't want to pay it, and I know they don't want to pay it, so I make plenty enough money. What would I need it for? What do I care if I lose an entire month of payment? I don't care. God blesses my hand regardless. I can give all my money away at the end of the day, and the Lord will still bless me to have food on my table. So I don't need it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get myself a nice compartment complex, something small to start off with. I'm going to do the entire thing with solar technology, which I love to do, because there's no bills. Everything in the unit runs off electricity, so there's no bills whatsoever. I want to start working with the city with water filtration systems to collect rainwater, to use it for other sources, which is fantastic. That can be used basically at the end of the day, that there's no water bill to be paid if everything is being generated from earth, from heaven. So you have no bills walking into this place. Your rent's $600, and for the month of December, you get free rent. There you go. There you go. If people weren't so greedy and charge people freaking $1,300, $1,400, $1,800 for a one-bedroom apartment, you know, and you make the applications freaking insanely crazy, so you only want a certain select people in, you know, people don't even knock down the doors to get in those places. But you have a place like that, your place would never be empty, not ever. There'll be people waiting in line around the corner to get into that place. People get greedy at the end of the day. Free parking. How hard is that? Oh yeah, you move in here, you get free parking. Yeah, park your car in here, go yourself out. People are not going to abuse a place like that. You know why? Because for them. Why would I get evicted from a place at the end of the day that's set up like that? They're going to respect a place like that. Because any place else, they're not going to be able to find that same setup. Hopefully, we do enough of them, other people start to catch on, and they start doing it. And then after a while, hopefully, rent is not expensive as it used to be. It only takes one person to change things, you know that, right? So all the money we're going to be blessed to get in our technology, we're going to use it to change things. I got big plans. It's more than just screen paint and computers and all that stuff. It's a much bigger picture than that. That's what the naysayers can't understand. They're so small-minded. They don't see the big picture of life. They don't. They're bent on basically hatred. In the day, when you're full of hatred, you can't see the big picture. You're blinded. We got big plans. I've been studying other things along the line as basically better way how to grow food and stuff like that. Things to do better for the environment, things to do better way of building homes and houses. That's why I love that tidy homes. I had a few people that I talked to that are selling their houses for RVs. You get these big RVs, and they're basically going to just travel and travel from place to place. Some people are tired of it. You can see it in their eyes. They're just tired of it. Tired of the same thing. Get in the car, drive to work, come back home, get in the car, drive to work. Tired of it. What the heck is my freaking loft music? Oh, great. Let me see what's going on here with this. We're running on our internet, not their internet. Got my T-Mobile account hooked up, which I got to do an experiment with that. I need to walk around Allentown and see exactly where we can hook up with the T-Mobile internet system, which I'm kind of curious to see how many places we can, because there are outlets all over Allentown, which I figured out. And I'm curious to see if that T-Mobile system, where this thing hooks up at. So I'm going to walk around Allentown and hook it up, see exactly how many places we can plug up and link up to. What is going on with our internet? Oh, we don't know. We don't have the system hooked up. We got our phone over here. Good thing about it is we can use the internet. We can pop one of theirs and use theirs if ours is doing weird stuff. Let me see what's going on. Or it could be basically the whatchamacallit having problems. Oh, it's the Fire Stick bugging out on me. Really? Let me see. That fire stick is bugging out. It's bugging out, man. It's bugging out. Fire stick is bugging out. Plug the fire stick, put it back in. Yeah, people. So I got things to do. And all these people that I'm working with, I've been blessed to be to work with, I let them know what my dream is, what I want to do. How I want to help people out with the money that I'm blessed to have. And they're on board to help me out with it. There we go. That fire stick put it back in. Because my goal isn't to my goal is to be rich, but not to be rich in the way people think. At the end of the day, we're rich where I basically want to buy expensive cars. And no, I'm not into that. I don't want it. What the freak I need a $500,000 car for? What's the purpose of that thing? Any people I can feed with $500,000? That's a lot of money at the end of the day. No, I'm good. I don't need it. A whole lot of people. I'm planning on doing a whole lot of good with it. The Lord is blessing me with all this knowledge and all this information for me to build. And Satan's just sitting up there angry as angry can be. Well, you can't do anything, Satan. Not a thing. There's nothing you can do. You already know the story behind it all. You know what's going to happen. You can't do anything at all, period. What can you do? You haven't done anything when it first started. You can't do anything now. Nothing. At all. YouTube. Oh, I had Borderlands sucked. A few people told me Borderlands sucked. They messed it up. Oh, I said, don't mess it up. I literally said, don't mess it up. What they do? They mess it up. I'm going to watch it, see how bad it is. But a buddy of mine's a hardcore Borderlands. He tells it sucked. It's probably sucked. YouTube. Lexus is having a fit today. Are we working? All right, there we go. YouTube. Thank you. What the heck was that fit for? I wonder if Lexus does that nonsense. It doesn't want to work right at the time. Can we get a tiny projector? Technically, we wouldn't have to. Probably anything would work if we're that close to the screen, because we're turning the glass into a screen. So any projector would work. Literally, I need a tiny little projector I can set up to a USB, and I hook up a fire stick in there, because I want to be to show cartoons and not cartoons, but I want to show like anime designs and stuff. Oh, I forgot about that. That's the theme for the freaking PS5. Fully Cooley. We're going to do a Fully Cooley system. Yeah. We're going to do a Fully Cooley system for it. Let me go hook up my cards and stuff. I got work to do. There's so much. I'm sitting here thinking about stuff and reminiscing. Like, how am I going to hook this up? I'm going to do a Fully Cooley from my PS system. All beautiful sky blue fans. All sky blue fans, and it is going to be gorgeous. White and sky blue for the PS5. Absolutely gorgeous when we get done with that. And I'm going to do an invisible sky blue coating. Everything in there is going to have a nice soft glow to it. It's going to be gorgeous. Watch. It's going to be gorgeous. I'm going to give that PS5 worthy technology. I wish I could get a hold of the RAM. Oh, I wish I could. RAM 16, but I would love to make it 32. What we got going on here? Cyberpunk. We got to finish the Cyberpunk office. We're still working on that. Yes, sir. All right, what time we got? We got to go. We got to send over some stuff to some people real quick so we can get set up and established with that. Because I got things to do. Definitely got things to do. This Christmas and Thanksgiving, I'm going to be working in the kitchen, helping some people out. So I am going to be donating some of my money to help people out in need for the holiday. And hopefully, the Lord's will, when we get to where we need to get to, we could do this every single day. All right, people, got to go. God bless.